Okay, running a little bit low on battery, so I'm going to try to get these trapezoids done. Get this rhombus and this trapezoid done for you. Okay, for the rhombus, remember the rhombus has all parallelogram properties. Okay, so it has all parallelogram properties. And it has 4 congruent sides, perpendicular diagonals, and the diagonals bisect the angles. So if you look at the picture here, this and this will always be the same. This and this will always be the same. This and this will always be the same because the diagonals cut the angles in half, and because it's a rhombus, all 4 sides are the same. So let's figure this out. If that's 60, that's 60. Well, alternate interior angles. This guy's alternate interior with that one, so that's 60, which means that's 60. And the opposite angles have to be the same because it's parallelogram. All right, so the question is, well, what are the other ones? Well, we know 1 and 2 are 60, so let's call those 60. And let's find 3, and let's find 4. Okay, well, if that's 60 and that's 60, what do you know the neighboring angles in a parallelogram have to add to? 180, right? So 60 and 60 is 120, which means these 2 angles have to add to 60, right? Because 120 and 60 is 180, which means that's got to be 30, and that's got to be 30, which means that's 30, and that's 30. So angle 3 is 30 degrees. Angle 4 we determine because we know that 30 and 60 and 4 add to 180 because it's a rhombus, but also that the diagonals are perpendicular in a rhombus, so 4 is 90. The diagonals make right angles in a rhombus. For SO, okay, SO that is going to be a diagonal here, and I'm not sure here where they have the links. Okay, this is 36. That means since it's a rhombus, these are all 36, okay? These are all 36. So we've got 36, 36, and we're looking for SO, so we're looking for the diagonal. Well, it's an isosceles triangle, 60 and 60, right? Well, 60, 60, and 60, it's actually equilateral, which means the diagonal is also 36. That creates an equilateral triangle in this particular rhombus. Do you see that? 60, 60, and 60. So that means these 3 guys are the same. And for TM, not TMI, TM. So let me get another color here before the thing dies on me here. TM is this one here. How long is TM? Well, if it's 36, these bisect each other, right? So I have 36 as my hypotenuse, okay? We know this is 36, so we know this is 18. We've established this is 36, so I've got a right triangle. I've got a hypotenuse and a leg. Do y'all see this right triangle that's formed right here? So I've got 18, 36, and I want to find this one right here, TM. So I'm going to do 36 squared minus 18 squared equals x squared to find TM. I'm subtracting because I have the hypotenuse. And if I have 36 squared, I don't want to think. 36 squared is 1296 minus 18 squared, which I believe is 324, yes, equals x squared. So minus 1296, so they get the square root of 972. And when you take the square root of 972, you get 31. So the answer is 31.2. And again, that's applying the properties of rhombi. The diagonals cut each other in half. The 4 congruent sides, the diagonals are perpendicular, and from there it's just right triangles in logistics. So we'll get that one put up, and then I'll do trapezoids in the next video because I'm running out of battery. Or I can actually try it real quick. Let's see if we can get the trapezoids in there. The trapezoids are isosceles, which means that the legs are congruent. Now, I have 9, x, and 12. This is called the mid-segment. X is the mid-segment of the trapezoid. And remember, the mid-segment of the trapezoid is just the average of the 2 bases. So I have 9 and 12. So x is basically going to be 9 plus 12 divided by 2. Add the 2 bases divided by 2. So 21 over 2 is 10.5. So x is 10.5. Here, I know that x plus 15 divided by 2 is going to give me 17 and a half. So I just solve it out, okay? 2 times 17 and a half is 35, equals x plus 15. I subtract the 15, and x equals 20. So this x is 20. Again, add the two bases, divide by 2, and that gives you the mid-segment. Here we had to solve for it. Here it was easy. Halfway between 9 and 12 is 10 and a half.